Namaskar. Preeti Kitchen Appliances presents Food A Twist with Guesto Culinary and Hospitality Academy. हांव श्रद्धा शेटे तुमचो सगळ्यांचो मनापासून येवकार करता. कोणाचें जेवण तिखट जाल्यार कोणाचें मायंड. पण जेवण आमचें कितलेंय बरें आसलें तरी आमकां गोड खावपाक सामकें आवडटा. पोट कितलेंय फूल आसलें तरी गोड खावपाक इल्लेशें आमच्या पोटान जागो आसताच. आयचो हो एपिसोड गोड पदार्थाचो. Let's see what Chef Ranjit Patil has for us in store today at this episode of ours, where this फक्त chocolate हे main ingredient use करून आमकां दोन वेगळ्यो dishes दाखयतले. Chef, what is our first dish that you're going to show us here
today? We are going to make a chocolate mousse.
Okay.
Okay. Just 3 ingredients, basic ingredients, and it's going to be set in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Okay. So here we have whipped cream. Okay. We have melted chocolate, and we have gelatin.
Okay. Chef, this whipped cream is a dairy. It's not a
It's not a dairy product. It's a vegetable oil product.
Okay.
Fine. So it's very stable.
Can we also do it with like normal dairy product?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
The
but here you whipped the cream.
Yes, I've
and
whipped the
generally, because of our climate, the cream does not whip as much, and because of the fat content as well. So then, in that case, we don't use a whipped cream. I mean, we don't like if it's a fresh cream, we don't whip it.
We do whip it.
We do whip it.
Yeah.
Still whip it.
Yeah, still whip it.
And then.
But then with fresh cream, you need to be a little careful. A little overdone, it's going to split. You're going to get butter. You're going to end up with butter instead of whipped cream.
Okay.
All right. So a safer option is always this because there's stabilizers added to it.
Okay.
All right. So it doesn't get split. Okay. So I've taken around 2 teaspoons of gelatin here. Okay. To which I'm going to add 2 tablespoons to 2 to 3 tablespoons of hot water. Okay. Boiling water.
Okay.
Now I need to let this rest and dissolve completely.
Okay.
Another thing that
and how much gelatin is it?
It's around 2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons.
2 to 3 teaspoons, depending on how much you need to do.
Okay.
Okay.
To which you've added about 2 to 3 tablespoons
of hot water.
Okay.
Okay, so another thing that you need to remember is your cream, the chocolate, and the gelatin has to be at the same temperature. So preferably at room temperature.
Okay.
Okay, because if the whipped cream is cold,
okay,
the moment you add in your gelatin, it's going to set. So you're going to end up with lumps.
Okay. And you've melted this chocolate.
Yes, I've melted the chocolate with a little bit of milk. So if I'm taking 300 grams of chocolate,
okay,
I've added around 60 ml of milk to it, and I've warmed it up.
Okay.
So it's melted.
So that's the consistency that we're looking out for.
The consistency. Okay. Now again with the mousse, you can make a plain vanilla mousse, you can make a chocolate mousse, you can make a strawberry mousse if you wish to. Alright, what you do is substitute the chocolate with strawberry pulp.
Okay.
Or strawberry puree.
Okay. Okay. Also mango.
Also mango.
Okay. So it can be of any flavor.
Yes, it can be of any flavor. You want mocha, you can. I've done a cake also, a chocolate mousse cake along with mocha. So I've made and kept, so you can have a look at that also.
So then what you do is that you cut half of this, you put mocha. And what do you mix the mocha with?
It's nothing but instant coffee.
No, but as you said, that's the same amount of chocolate.
Yeah.
So how would you do it with
okay, I would take around 1 teaspoon of instant coffee, to which I would add 1 tablespoon of hot boiling water. I make a decoction and
okay,
add. Because
and
it's going to be very
then
strong.
That decoction you directly add to the cream?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's very simple.
So you could make layers of different...
Yes. Again, this is a simpler version. There's also one which contains egg.
Okay.
Alright, so you basically make an egg custard. So you take egg yolks and sugar, or you cook them over a double boiler. Okay, and then you add in warm milk. And then cook it till it becomes nice and thick. And then you fold in your whipped cream and the chocolate. Okay, so you can see that the gelatin has dissolved nicely now. You need to give it a little bit of time.
So in that case, when you're using an egg caramel base, then you don't use the gelatin? Or we still use the gelatin?
It's always advisable to use a little bit of gelatin, just to be on a safer side, because it's very hot here. So the moment it needs to set, it needs to hold for some time.
Okay, because of a climate, it may not set necessarily, or if it sets, it may start
might
running once you take it out from the fridge.
So this thing is melted. Now what you can do is you can start folding in the ingredients. So what I'm doing is putting in the cream here.
And how much of cream are you using?
I've taken around, you can see the consistency because of the heat, it's slightly soft.
Yes.
I've taken around 300 ml of whipped cream.
300 ml, okay. And it is looking fluffy because it is whipped.
Yes, it's whipped. And then you can add in the chocolate. Now, add in a little bit of chocolate first and mix it well, and then you can continue adding the chocolate.
Okay. So we're doing the folding method.
Yes, using the folding method.
So for folding, we're just not mixing the cream. Actually, we're just folding the cream. If you see how I'm doing it, I am using the spatula and I'm going from the sides of the bowl and I'm gently mixing the chocolate into the cream.
Okay. Now, as you can see, it started mixing, so I can pour in and then you could mix in the entire.
And how much of chocolate have you used, Chef?
I've taken 300 grams of chocolate.
And 300 grams of cream.
But now that the chocolate and the cream has been mixed thoroughly, I'm going to add in the gelatin. Okay, now this has been mixed thoroughly. Now I take a piping bag and you can pour the mixture. Okay, I'm setting my mousse in a glass. Alright, so what you do is you just pipe it nice and slow and steady. And then I will let this refrigerate for 6 to 8 hours. Okay. Let it sit.
Okay.
The longer the better. Actually, it would happen in around 2 to 3 hours also.
Okay.
Okay. But if you give it a little longer, that would be better. Right. So I put this in the refrigerator now.
Okay.
And then we'll come out. Okay, Shraddha, as you can see, our mousse has set now. I've just garnished with plain simple whipped cream and a mint leaf.
Okay.
So this is one. If you could pass me that one. Now this one, as you can see, this is 3 layered. So I have chocolate layer, and then I have mocha, and then I have plain vanilla layer.
Okay.
So it's just a variation that I've shown. So that would be a mousse.
And as you said, you've used the decoction of mocha directly into the cream.
Into the cream.
Okay.
Okay. And that would be a mousse cake.
Okay.
Okay. So here what I have is I have a chocolate sponge at the bottom, at the base, and then again with chocolate mousse and chocolate, and then mocha, and then plain vanilla.
Vanilla.
Right?
Okay.
So
Okay, so we have 3 flavors here,
yes,
and 3 flavors here, and you have a single
flavor here. Alright, so
layer. Okay, Chef, I'm going to try your mousse. Oh, it's well set. It's very chocolatey. Very nice. I also want to try your mocha and vanilla and the chocolate flavor along with your sponge. असावा सुंदर चॉकलेटचा बंगला चांदेरी सोनेरी चमचमचा चांगला म्हाका ल्हानपणांत सदांच दिसतालें की म्हजो एक चॉकलेटचो बंगलो आसचो ताका एक टॉफीचें दार आसचें हें डिजर्ट खावन म्हाका सामकी त्या पोयमाची याद आयली ल्हानपणान आनी अजुनूय ती म्हजी फेवरेट पोयम आनी कविता आसा थँक्यू शेफ यू ब्रॉट बॅक चायल्डहूड मेमरीज इनटू दिस मूस बॅक हियर इन द किचन आता पळोवन घेवया आमची नेक्स्ट डिश खंयची ती तोपर्यंत तुमी पळयत रावात प्रिती किचन अप्लायन्सेस प्रेझेंट्स फूड ए ट्विस्ट एट गेस्टो culinary and hospitality academy.
मीट मिस्टर शेखर मसालेदार खबर चखते चखते चटपटी चटनी पीसते हैं। मिस्टर शर्मा लाफ्टर योगा के साथ सब्जियां भी स्लाइस कर लेते हैं। मिसेस शर्मा सालसा प्रैक्टिस करते करते आटा गूंद लेती है। सिमरन फेसबुक पर चैट करते हुए फेस पैक पीसती है। क्रिश फुटबॉल खेलते खेलते जूस तैयार करता है। अब किचन में करो थोड़ा और। पेश है प्रीति ज़ोडिएक, चॉपिंग, स्लाइसिंग, ग्रेटिंग, नीडिंग और जूसिंग करने वाला मिक्सर ग्राइंडर। सोच रहे हो कि ये सब कैसे हो सकता है? ये प्रीति है, मेरी गारंटी।
प्रीति ज़ोडिएक, not just a mixer grinder.
क्या कर रही हो?
चावल पीस रही हूँ।
Well, whose car is this?
Welcome, brother. When did you return from US?
Just yesterday. There's a car outside. Do you have any guest?
Yes, brother. Why don't we talk over lunch?
You've prepared a lot of varieties. They're so tasty. What's the occasion?
My son has come back.
Who were you talking about? That race fella?
He's not a waste fellow anymore. He's an F&B manager in a star hotel abroad. He's taking care of his family as well.
How was that?
Hi, Uncle.
How was that possible?
Uncle, my mom has joined me in Gesto Culinary and Hospitality Academy. After finishing 3 years course, my life has changed.
I'm so happy for you.
This is only because of Gesto.
Creating finest leaders. Join Gesto Culinary and Hospitality Academy. For admissions, call 0832 2901 International certification. Bank loan available. Our branches: Hyderabad, Goa, Salem, Madurai.
We welcome you all to the world of Gesto. We as a Hotel Management Institute, we are one of the pioneers in setting up hotel management academies in Goa, and we are the only institute having 2 centers at North Goa as well as South Goa. Every year we trained around 300 students at both our centers, and we ensure that they are given the best of training with our state-of-the-art infrastructure, and we ensure that they also are placed in the best of starred hotels in India and abroad. We also wish those aspirants who wish to take up hotel management as their career to come and join us. Welcome to the world of Gesto once again, as we help in creating world's finest leaders.
I welcome you all back to our show. Preeti Kitchen Appliances presents Food A Twist with Gesto Culinary and Hospitality Academy. आणि आमच्या बरोबर आता परत आमचे शेफ आसा रणजीत पाटील, आणि ते आज आमकां हांगा कितें तरी वेगळे एक स्वीट डिश करपाक दाखयतले. वेलकम बॅक शेफ.
Thank you, Shraddha. Welcome to you too.
सो शेफ, म्हाका सांगा, आज तुमी आमकां हांगा एक स्वीट डिश कितें म्हणून करपाक
Yes.
दाखयता?
Today, Shraddha, we are going to make chocolate and banana with a salted caramel pie.
Okay.
Chocolate and banana. Have you ever tried the banana and chocolate combination?
Never.
Oh, yeah, you should try it. It's an excellent combination. So that's what we are going to do today.
Okay. And let's see the ingredients for the dish.
We have a dark chocolate here. This is around 300 grams of dark chocolate. Okay. We have 100 grams of fresh cream.
Okay.
And we have around 200 mils of melted butter. And then we have around 150 grams or 250 grams of Marie biscuits.
Okay. And?
Right? Digestive biscuits, and around 1 banana should be more than enough.
Okay. Okay. And you've lined a tray here and you've
Yes,
kept...
I've just kept this in advance. I've made a crumb out of the biscuits.
Okay.
And I've added melted butter to it.
All right. Okay.
And then we line a pie dish with it. And then you bake it for around 15 to 20 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade.
Okay. So let's see how you do it.
Yes, please. Okay, initially what I want to do is melt the chocolate and the fresh cream together. So what I do is I put the fresh cream into the chocolate, okay, and then you put it in a microwave for around 2 minutes till it melts. So what happens is the cream here adds that glaze to it. Now this is what we are doing is ganache. Now ganache is basically chocolate and fresh cream that has been cooked. Okay. Now there are various ways of
And
doing
this is any other chocolate. You can use any chocolate for this.
Dark chocolate is preferable, not milk chocolate. Dark chocolate.
And why so? Because milk chocolate
Yes.
would add to the sweetness.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So then we microwave it for around 2 minutes.
This is not pretty red.
No. We leave it for 2 minutes till it happens. And in the meanwhile, what we can do is we'll start with the base. I'll just show you how the base is made.
So now we're using Mary biscuits into this.
Yes.
Okay. And परत आम्ही हांगा एकदा वापरता Preeti food processor to make powder of these biscuits.
Okay. As you can see, this is nice and sandy texture.
Yes.
Like bread
So
crumbs.
you can see that once you use your Preeti food processor, the Mary biscuits look something like this, which are very much like the sand effect to the Mary biscuits.
So empty this in a bowl.
this seems to be a very simple dish, no chef, because you're using everything which is easily available at home.
Exactly.
Biscuits asta, butter asta, you know, bananas asta, and all we need to do is, I think, just go and buy some chocolate and maybe cream.
Yes. And now we're at a stage wherein everything is so easily available to us.
सो सदांच आमकां एक जेवण जेवलें की आमकां एक संवय आसा की एक कितें तरी गोड खावया अशें म्हणून. सो म्हाका दिसता एक सिंपलशी डिश आसा आमच्या घरान बनानाज इजिली अवेलेबल आसता, बटर आसता, बिस्किट्स आसता आनी हेंच एक यू नो डे टू डे इंग्रेडियंट्स यूज करून आमी ही एक वेगळीशी कितें तरी डिश करूं शकता.
Now you need to adjust the consistency, right? It has to be sandy consistency, so that means it has to be not too dry and not too wet. Okay. It has to be just right. So you see this?
Yes.
Biscuit crumbs coming together.
Yes.
Just a little more of butter would.
And this is just normal salted butter.
Normal salted butter that has been melted. Very simple, very easy to make. Okay, so once we have this, we'll line the pie mold with this.
Okay.
Now this is done. We take a pie mold which has a detachable base.
जरी हांगा शेफान एक रेडी बेस करून दवरल्या तरी ते आमकां एक करून दाखयतले की हे कशें करता तें. And then you bake this, right?
Yes, you just bake it for around 10-15 minutes, not more than that. This is before baking and that would be
yes,
after
this
baking.
is before baking and this is after baking. आणि बेक करना फुडें हे तुमची डिश अशी दिसतली. So I think your chocolate is ready.
Yes. Let's see what happens to the chocolate. Okay. So we have the chocolate that has melted, as you can see.
Yes.
Just need to give it a good stir.
So शेफान कितें केलें? How many grams of chocolate, chef?
It's a 1:3 ratio. So if I'm taking 300 grams of chocolate, I take around 100 grams of fresh cream.
Okay. सो शेफान ते क्रीम आणि ती चॉकलेट आशिल्ली ती एका बोलान घाली आनी मायक्रोवेव केली फॉर अबाउट 1-2 minutes आनी ती मायक्रोवेव करना फुडें अशी दिसता. इट इज लायक नायस एंड क्रीमी कंसिस्टन्सी.
You see it's also become dark in color.
Yes.
And this is what the base looks like.
Yeah, okay. And what are we going to do with the bananas?
The banana, what we are going to do is peel the banana and we're going to slice it.
And we can use any kind of banana, or there is a certain kind of banana that we need to use for this dish.
But this is just the right amount of ripeness that you need. Not too ripe and not too raw. Okay, you just need to slice the bananas. Not too thin, not too thick.
Okay.
So this is done. On a pan, I'm taking around 150 grams of sugar, plain sugar. And then we wait for it to start caramelizing.
Okay.
Some people also put in a little bit of water to this, but I'm not putting water. I'm just letting the sugar caramelize on its own.
जनरली आमी सगळीं जाणां कॅरमल हें करता, पण शेफ आमकां आज हांगा कितें तरी वेगळें दाखयता. तातूंत इल्लेशें मीठ घालपाचें आसा. मीठ म्हणजे सॉल्ट, आनी ही इज गोइंग टू मेक अ सॉल्टेड कॅरमल फॉर हिज पाय डिश, which is a twist to the dish.
Yes. Just a little bit of salt. So what happens is it enhances the salt, brings out the sweetness of the caramel. Okay. Once the caramel is happening, another thing is that you don't keep on stirring the sugar.
Why is it so?
Because then it will start crystallizing again.
Okay.
Okay.
So you just
leave it on its own. Once it starts browning, that's when you stir it on.
Okay.
So you don't have to. You actually don't have to do.
And we're doing it on a high flame.
Yeah, medium-high flame is fine.
So apart from bananas, whether we can use some other fruits into the pie?
Yes, of course, you could use pineapple again, but then pineapple, what happens is it's a little watery. Pineapple has a higher water content. So strawberries again has a higher water content.
Yeah, so it'll make the base.
Yes, it will
so
become
generally with bananas.
Again, with bananas and chocolate, the combination goes very well. It's a very good combination.
Okay. What's the name of the dish?
It's basically nothing but chocolate banana with salted caramel pie. Now you see what is happening. There's this caramel that has started to form in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes. You really don't need to do anything much. So you see that started happening, and now you give it a stir. So what happens is the sugar starts caramelizing evenly. Now is the time to reduce the heat a little, because once caramel reaches a certain point, it continues cooking. It continues getting dark. Like for creme caramel, you would need a darker caramel, but here you don't have to. So you have to be a little
just
careful.
Golden brown caramels.
So see, this is.
And I think you need to be very careful here, because if you burn the sugar, I think it will take away the whole taste. It turns bitter.
It turns bitter.
Yeah, it turns bitter.
So there, it's all come together.
And I think instead of a big pie, as you've used a big tray over here, we can use small individual
containers. Yeah, because that becomes much more convenient.
Yes.
You also get a variety of disposable ones that are coming these days. Yeah, so
which is bake and serve.
Yeah, bake and serve. Yes, it becomes much more convenient. Now you see, once it starts smoking, you really don't need to smoke it a little too much.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is ready.
So I think it's ready. Yeah.
Yes. And then what I do is I just pour in a little bit of. Again, handling caramel, you need to be a little careful, because cooked sugar reaches at a very high temperature. So make sure that you don't do it yourself.
Okay. I think if someone who's young who's trying this, you really need to be careful, because hey, asha bubbles apak lagta, and I think you should have your parents or somebody elderly, with you. And best actually avoid it. I think parents should,
Parents should do it.
Yeah, do it and take utmost care.
Yes. Now you see, this is nice and thick.
Yes.
Now you see, when the caramel, it was quite thin.
Yes.
The moment you add in the cream, the color changes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it becomes slightly thicker. So that
now
is
it's a
the
caramel,
part. Yes,
yeah.
it's a caramel. It's toffee. Okay, you don't need to just cook it a little bit. Because the more you cook it, what's going to happen is it's going to get thicker and thicker.
So you have used 150 grams of sugar and how much cream?
20 to 30 ml of cream. That's more than enough. Okay.
And a pinch of salt.
Yeah, just a pinch of salt. Just keep stirring it. Because if you let it set, as it cools, it starts setting.
Yes. It starts hardening.
Yes, it hardens.
So chef, तुम्ही अशा घराकडेन तुमचे गेस्ट बी येतात तेन्ना you prefer to cook?
I always prefer to cook. I always prefer to cook.
I think cooking is like an art, right? You feel very
art, yes, it's an art, it's science. More than that, I love cooking because it's therapeutic. It's very much therapeutic, because it's kind of like a meditation. Okay. So, I'm not though I come from an industry wherein, I cook and I serve.
So it's not only that you cook in the industry, but also at home.
Yes, I prefer eating at home rather than going out.
Yeah, and I think you know to cook like wonderful dishes.
Yes. So I'm not an out kind of a person, who loves eating out.
But you know all the dishes
and
tricks to all the outside industries.
So I really don't need to go out and. Okay, so we have our caramel, we have our ganache, which is here, and the banana. So what you can.
So आमचे सगळे elements या डिशाचे ready आसा, which is salted caramel, bananas chopped, ganache, and आमची base. So let's see how chef lines this whole pie together.
So we have the line baked mold here ready.
Yeah. Okay.
The caramel goes in next. And we wonder what it exactly is. Now you see what has happened is the sugar has started setting. So you need to give it time, and then. And once the caramel is put place, then you can just line the
bananas.
Nice and even.
But a lot of times in our homes, bananas go to waste. Because
they all ripe at the same time.
So I think this is a very nice way to make this pie, because it's very easy.
Yes. The only thing that you need is just the 10-15 minutes of baking the base. That's all about it.
I think you can just bake. You can just crush it and keep, and then you can just line, bake, and then meanwhile you can just do the rest of the things. Hardly take any time.
And then we put it in the refrigerator and allow it to set for around 2 to 3 hours.
शेफान आमकां एक सिंपल शी डिश दाखयला, तातूंत सामके घरगुती म्हणजे आमच्या ज्या घरान इजिली अवेलेबल आसा ते इन्ग्रेडियंट्स हातूंत वापरला. बिस्कीट, बटर, क्रीम, आणि बनानाज जनरली आमी जेन्ना घेवन येता मार्केटांतल्यान तेन्ना ती रोकडीच रायप जाता आनी खुबशी अशी बाट लागता खावूं शकना पण म्हाका दिसता एक दोन बनानाज आमी अशी एक वेगळ्या तरेन सर्व करपाक जाता आनी ज्या भुरग्यांक बनानाज आवडना और कोणाकूय समज बनाना आवडना जाल्यार आय थिंक अशी एक डीश पळोवन डेफिनेटली ती भुरगीं खावपाक सोदतली आतां शेफ म्हणटा की ही डीश विल गो इन टू द रेफ्रिजरेटर रायट एंड बट शेफान आमच्या खातीर एक डीश ऑलरेडी करून दवरल्या सो लेट्स सी दॅट डिश
Okay, now this shraddha, as you can see, this is nice and set, which we had made and kept. Okay, it was sitting in the fridge for 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
And
Chef,
this is how we unmold it.
Okay. शेफ म्हाका सांग हे कितें तरी आमी वेगळें आयदन हांगा पळयता इट इज pie mold where the plate just pops out.
Yes, this is detachable.
Yeah, so this is easily available in the market?
Yes, very much.
And what is it called?
It's called a pie dish.
Pie dish.
Yes, or a tart mold.
Okay.
Alright?
So,
the only thing you need to ask is for a detachable base.
And it's easier to cut it, I suppose.
Yes.
And that's why hence this is used. Okay. So ही एक वेगळीशी डिश आमकां दिसता पण म्हाका दिसता ही मार्केटान इजिली अवेलेबल आसा आनी इट मस्ट बी क्वायट इकॉनॉमिकल.
Very much. Okay. It's okay, you can affordable. You could just have one medium size mold, that's more than enough.
Yeah.
So, next step, what you can do is we can, depends on how you want to garnish it or whatever. You can put white chocolate, you can pipe white chocolate, just strips and things like that. Or you can dust cocoa and drinking chocolate mixture, like what we are
also
going
maybe
to.
a little bit extra if you want salted caramel, we can.
Yes.
Okay, so, okay.
Okay, so we just have a plain paper here on which there's a hard cut, just to give you an idea of how you could do this. Okay, depending on
where
you
want. So
want.
this is basically a stencil that you've cut out of a normal paper.
Normal paper.
So it's something new, some new presentation.
Oh yeah, you can do checkered, or you can do just stripes.
Okay.
You can do a checkered pattern, or whatever. It depends on your creativity. So just to have an idea, just to make it look a little fancy. To this. Remember the base at bottom?
Yes.
So you need to separate the pie.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. And that's the way to do it. So you just put a knife
put
and
a
you
knife
just...
And just, just turn the knife.
Okay. So ह्या डिशाक एक सकल एक प्लेट आसता जी आमी अशी पॉप करून वयर काडून आमी तो पाय सेपरेट केल्लो which is this आणि शेफान आतां ती सेपरेट करपाक जस्ट एक नायफ यूज केल्या आणि जस्ट एक स्लाइड करून सेपरेट केली.
Okay. And then you just cut it into slices. Okay. So we just cut it into a nice triangle. And here is your...
Yes. Yes, chef. This is so good, and you had told me ki can I banana and chocolate can I try kela yes. But I think this combination really goes well. The banana, the caramel, and chef has used dark chocolate, so he's made a ganache out of dark chocolate, and I think it balances the taste beautifully. Yes. Beautifully. Oh. I'm going to take one more bite of this because it's really yummy. Thank you, chef, for showing us 2 innovative restaurant-style dishes today here at Guesto Kitchen.
Thank you. You're most welcome, Shraddha.
आज आमी 2 हांगा वेगळ्यो डिशीज पळयल्यो आनी ह्यो दोनूय डिशीज रेस्टॉरंट स्टायलीन आशिल्ल्यो पण आमकां शेफ रंजितान ते सामके सिंपल तरिकेन आमकां ते दाखयला आनी तुमचे कडेन समज कितें तरी वेगळ्यो डिशीज आसा आनी समज तुमी आमचे कडेन ह्यो शेअर करपाक सोदता इवन तुमी आतां हे ज्यो घरा कडेन बसून नवे डिशीज आमच्यो ज्यो करतली ती आमचे ईमेल आयडीचेर डेफिनेटली शेअर करात आनी आय थिंक लेट्स मीट इन द नेक्स्ट एपिसोड विथ न्यू डिशीज at Preeti Kitchen Appliances presents Food A Twist at Guesto Culinary and Hospitality Academy.